When the admin lands on calendar, they would have to set certain defaults, which can be managed using the settings icon, which is present on the header. So when the admin clicks on this module will appear in which the admin can set all the defaults which would be applicable to their calendar. So firstly, the admin can select a time zone. So if they have selected this Eastern time, New York, this would be the default time zone. So whatever sessions or events that the admin is creating, by default, this time zone would be followed for them. Then the admin can set a default service and a default topic. Once I've done that, they can add a default location. So all these default settings that they're updating here, these would be auto pull whenever they are creating a new event. So these are some of the local settings that the admin will have to set. And once they're done with that, they can click on the save button. Once they do that, their settings would get updated for their calendar. So this was the local setting. The admin can navigate to the global settings of calendar as a product, which includes the permissions and other tags and session reconciliations. So how they can access that is they can either click on the settings icon and click on the go to advanced settings button, or they can also navigate to the settings page using this drop down. So once they click on settings, they would be taken to the settings page, and from here they can navigate to the product settings and then click on calendar. So now you can see that there are three tabs for calendar: session tags and reconciliation, permissions, and integrations. So in session tags and reconciliations, the admin can add session tags that would basically help them categorize their calendar sessions in a better manner. So all these tags are included. If the admin decides to, turn off any of them, so the admin can simply click on this toggle and this particular session tag, it would get turned off. So this would no longer appear in the new event module. So only the remaining four would appear. If the admin wants to edit any of the existing tags, what we can do is they can click on the edit icon. Once they do that, you can see that the admin can edit the heading or any of the tags from here. In case the admin wants to add a new session tag, they can click on the add new button, which is present on the right side. Once they click on that, they can enter a heading, then they can add a tag. Suppose they want to add a tag, so they can click on this. They've entered the name of the tag and then they can click on the plus icon. So now you can see that this tag has been added for this particular heading. And once the admin clicks on save, you can see that the session tags has been added here. Then moving on to the second tab, which is permissions, the admin can set default permissions which would apply to all the user types. So all the users who are part of the organization and who are using calendar, these permissions would be applicable to them. And also for all the new users who would be joining the platform. So here the admin can set the default view of calendar. Here weekly is selected. So weekly would be the default view for all the users. Then the admin can choose whether they want to allow the tutors to delete scheduled sessions. They can simply turn this toggle on or off. Then if the admin wants to allow the tutors to create a new session, they can turn this on. You can see that this is turned on here. So the tutors can create new session. Similarly, tutors can schedule consultations. Then if the admin wants to allow student and parents to view session tags, the session tags which appears in the events page. So if this is turned on, the student and parents would be able to view the session tags. Then if the student and parents can request events from their calendar, so if the admin turns this off, so the student and parent won't be able to send any request for any of the events. But since this is turned on, the student and parents who are part of this organization, they would be able to send requests for any event. Then they can choose if they want to auto approve all event requests. So either the admin would have to manually go and approve all the event requests by going to the event request page from the calendar sidebar, or if they select this, then all the event requests which the admin would be receiving, they would be auto approved. So the admin can choose from the drop down that if all the event requests would be auto approved by the admin. For all the other admins also, this auto approve would be applicable. Or for all the users who would be receiving any kind of event request, for them, the requests would get auto approved. So if the admin selects on all users, then the event requests that all the user types are receiving, they would get auto approved. Then the admin can select a default event type for new students. So out of sessions and consultations, suppose session is selected here, so sessions would be the default event type for all the new students. Similarly, parents, if the admin wants to send parents a reminder email before a scheduled session, so the admin can select the duration before which they would want the email reminder to be sent. In case they don't want any reminder to be sent, they can just set it to don't send. Then similarly for students, if they want the email reminders to be received by them, they can select a duration and then show tutors event booking link on the public profile. So if the admin enables it, so tutors would also be able to see the booking link button that is there just above the calendar view, and tutors would also be able to schedule meetings externally using the booking link. Moving on to the integrations tab, we have 3 integrations: Google Calendar and Meet, Outlook Calendar, and Zoom. So in case any of the integrations hasn't been connected yet, the admin can simply click on the connect button and then they can do the needful. So these were the global settings for calendar, where the admin can manage session tags and reconciliation, permissions, and all the integrations. And then these were the local settings of calendar which the admin would need to set before they start using calendar.